the end of last year, we made this, I don't want to say pledge, but goal at least, to upload more non-COD content, even though that was what the channel was based on for over 10 years. Initially, I set a goal for myself of around 52 videos that were non-COD, equaling out to at least one per week of the year. Well, we blew past that, especially with this game right here, XDefiant, as we had an absolute blast with the game, with the launch of it and into Season 1. Now, in the busyness of the launch season and sponsored by Ubisoft, I want to take a little bit of downtime to talk a bit about XDefiant now, and some of the upcoming content still on deck, like the coming progression map, Signal, inspired by Far Cry New Dawn, set to release on the 20th of this month. So, as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of the newest Season 2 content? As well, drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things FPS content, including more XDefiant in the future. I'd love to have in the community. And finally, thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video. But that said, let's get into it. So as you always could, you can jump into XDefiant right now for free, no charge, nothing. You just gotta download it, jump in and play, and you can experience all the Season 2 content along with all the past content for yourself as well. So if you missed anything in the Season 1 Battle Pass, like any of the weapons, those are actually going to be available via your sort of major orders and your progression challenges that only requires you to end up having XP to unlock those and use. You don't have to go through the massive battle pass to re-unlock them as later content or anything like that. But actually, when we talk about the battle pass, that is one of the big focal points at a top level of this season, where you end up having a new 90 tiers of a bunch of different rewards. You have the new weapons of the PP-19, L86 LSW, and the Spaz 12, as well as a bunch of other things in between there to fill out those battle pass tiers. That plus the newly released Season 2 Gold Pack comes along with some X coins, some boosters, instant faction access, as well as 2 additional weapon skins. Those are all available, which if you want to pick any of those up, you can use creator code Espresso in the in-game shops if you'd like to do so. No pressure, but the option is there. But Season 2 is in full effect here. We end up having, of course, that new faction of the Highwaymen with a passive of Rev Up, the abilities of the M79 grenade launcher and the scrap turret, and the Ultra of the Saw launcher. Totally honest, I genuinely love the Highwaymen with the Rev Up passive and the turret. That's my favorite of the 2 abilities. The turret can lay down cover fire, which can do very well if you're in smaller maps, and the Rev Up passive takes that effect from Hot Shot when you are the Hot Shot and puts it into kill form, which I genuinely love. I think it's an underappreciated faction in my opinion. Like, if you jump on today, you're gonna see a lot of people still using Echelon, still using the cleaners with the fire rounds, and honestly, understandable. Like, they're great factions and everything, but I do think that the Highwaymen kind of go under the radar a little bit as one of my personal favorites at least, but I think it's an incredibly viable option for run and gunners. But you end up having right now available in Season 2 the new maps of Waterfront and Air and Space. Waterfront being the larger of the maps here, but Air and Space actually is a lot of fun despite it being a larger map by comparison to a lot of the other maps within the game. It feels a lot more linear to me at least, and a lot more closed off on those side choke points where you're really kind of funneled towards the middle lane, but honestly I think it's a lot of fun. I've also been a big fan of Air and Space and just happy to finally play it now within Season 2, because if you follow the game for a while, or if you follow the content a couple of months back when we were really just dissecting everything with the launch and everything, Air and Space was actually pretty cool because it was one of the first maps ever shown off to the public in XDefiant. It was actually like part of the initial reveals, just previewing the game at all. So it's just kind of odd that it took until Season 2 to launch, but it's nice that we have it now with this, and I think it plays pretty well. Of course, Season 2 also introduced that new mode of Bomb, which is your search and destroy one life mode. You have to plant the bomb, defuse it, and or end up eliminating the entire enemy team. Sometimes both. If that bomb gets planted, you have to either ninja defuse or take out the entire enemy team and then get that clutch defuse off. And recently added here within the last week or two, we ended up also seeing a few new things like a quick play feature where you end up having the ability to just quickly jump into a custom playlist right there on the main menu of various different unranked modes. So something that really just helps that flow of the pace of getting into a game, which I'm all for. We saw the introduction of the smoke grenade, which is a brand new utility item that will be very beneficial in objective-based modes like that previously mentioned bomb mode, or maybe you just need to smoke across here like on Air and Space. We talked about how everything really kind of funnels to that middle point within the map, so maybe there's a sniper watching that you need to get from one side to the other. That can help you out big time. Now, to end up unlocking this, all you have to do is deal 2,500 damage to foes afflicted by status conditions. So things like your incendiary rounds or your incinerator drone, things like that that will end up dealing damage to enemies based off of something you can affect them with. Netcode has been improved over and over with each update that happens, with even more recent passes being made to ensure not only better detection on shot registry, but also to improve the natural flow of things like kill trades should they happen. It's stated that high damage weapons of snipers, marksmen, shotguns, and some pistols now have a longer window with a lower damage weapon like a rifle, SMG, or the like, having a shorter trade window, reductions in that. So as detailed in Season 2, it's meant to be something that should reduce the frustration of kill trading as a whole, but in the rare instances that you do both fire at the same time, you and the enemy, there will be some more resolution to how those all end up playing out. Audio also recently had a patch, which betters the game's life cycle in my opinion, but the key things fixed were some audio bugs, but also conscious tuning to ensure that sprinting and running footstep audio along with walking audio fades in and out more naturally at the correct distances from the players. This gives a more accurate representation of where and when you should be expecting a gunfight and at what pace the enemy may be coming at you with, whether or not you need to be ready for an immediate gunfight as they're running towards you, or if they're kind of pre-aiming a corner and just walking around it. That's something that's now a bit more audible. Additionally, friendly footsteps won't distort the mix of audio as they've been made more audible only at closer distances, so you'll gain all that information from your enemy that you need to for a gunfight while also being able to discern if it is truly a friendly or an enemy. And so that's a lot that's already happened, but still upcoming is again one more map within Season 2, that being the map of Signal, slated currently for the release of November 20th. This will be a progression style map, so it's going to be for progression modes. Escort and zone control here, not necessarily your TDM, hotshot, domination, occupy, bomb, or anything like that. This is only going to be on that sort of limited play set, and it's going to be a checkpoint based map, much longer and much larger than the others, mainly just because you're not using the whole map all at one singular time. So it is one of those things that it's going to be for some players. We've already seen 2 of the standard maps introduced, accounting for all those players that do like to play domination, occupy, bomb, hotshot, CTF, and team deathmatch. And now we are seeing that progression style map introduced here at the tail end. Each season is going to be bringing along with it seemingly 1 progression map and 2 standard arena maps for those other modes, so you get a little bit of a mix of everything depending on whichever is your favorite. There's going to be something each season accompanying each of those game modes. So Signal is that. This is inspired by Far Cry New Dawn and based off of what we've seen from the very little bits of teasers we've already had out there. It's going to be a colorful and vibrant map based off of that theme, but also seems like it'll have a little bit of everything for everyone. Somebody that likes to play SMG or rifle play can succeed, while also snipers having those routes as well. I feel like actually when we take a look at the progression maps already in play, they've been pretty good with doing that kind of stuff, keeping a balance of a little bit of everything for everyone. But that is Season 2 here and what we've had so far and what's still upcoming. But I mean, Season 3 is also right around the corner. Season 2 is set to last a little over a month more, and with Signal coming at the middle to the end of the month here, we'll start seeing things transition into Season 3 content upcoming, but we've still got some solid time to work towards to your battle pass. And of course, all content earned and available this season, like maps, weapons, modes, and all that kind of stuff, will also be there next season as well. So if you're jumping in right after this and like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to complete a 90 tier battle pass and get those weapons, don't have to worry too much. That kind of stuff will be available there. The cosmetics, no, but the weapons themselves, that's the part that'll definitely be nice. The functional items, those will just go into your major order progression where all you got to do is earn XP to unlock, which doesn't take all that long at all. Probably like 3 hours of play in total, I'd say. But anyways, jumping back into XDefiant a little bit was a breath of fresh air. Skill-based matchmaking going kind of crazy in other popular games out there right now, but it's been a nice chill experience here on XDefiant playing a few games. I'm going to try and get myself back into the schedule of getting some more playtime here in this, just now that launch windows of other things are starting to wind down. Towards the holidays here, it starts to loosen up. My schedule gets a little bit less stressful, so I get to play a couple of different games here and there, and definitely I'm looking forward to jumping back in to the tail end here, a lot more of Season 2 for XDefiant and Season 3 in the future. So overall, it was an enjoyable experience going back and checking out what Season 2 has on offer still and what's still to come. So let me know your thoughts down below. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Do make sure to check out XDefiant if you have not done so already, or if you're looking to jump back into it, make sure you check out the Battle Pass as well as the Season 2 Gold Pack if you're at all interested. Code Espresso also available if you want to help support the channel a little further in the shop. But let me know your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to playing XDefiant once again here and what Season 3 may have on offer? Whatever the case, let me know your thoughts. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing running all things FPS content, including more XDefiant coverage in the future. And finally, thanks to Ubisoft for sponsoring this video once again. But thanks so much for watching. My name is XDefiant. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.